Working as intended.
Alright, I guess I should start making a mine. And a base. Should make it over by the road.
That'd be really handy. I need to find us a water source.
Let me share a waypoint. Thinking about maybe making a base right around there.
Still loading in yet. Okay.
Didn't get my waymark then?
Yeah, no, I should have it here. Yeah, I see it. It's straight to the east of you is that mini mine. I'm gonna go hunting for boars and other animals. As well as some more rocks. Actually, I'll wait on rocks. I'm good enough for now. But yeah, you want it. Actually, I should be fine.
What's up?
I'm gonna explore that little cave that I found running towards the base on day one.
Usually there's not much in it, just a bunch of nitrate.
Yeah.
Crap, it's hot as hell out here. Should make a poncho.
I don't know if we have enough hide.
Kill all the zombies in my way. Level athletics more. Wait, what did I come back here for?
I'm not sure what you did.
Short-term memory.
Oh, look aboard. I was boring down on him.
Seriously, you gotta stop.
Are you saying my puns are getting boring?
I mean, it makes up the meat of your humor.
I think it's all that by accidents.
But you're gonna want to hide from people who hate puns.
They'll have to learn how to live with it.
Deal with it. .jpeg.
Yeah.
Okay, school story time. I'm not sure if did I tell the one about the grammar test. I think the last time we talked about school stuff, I was talking about that dude who spit on the student.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I did my business diploma, I had a teacher who, he was puts up with no shit, but at the same time, he's one of the most personable people I've ever met. And he had unique ways of doing things, which I thought were clever and amazing, but I guess the institution didn't find as good. But one thing is, he teaches management principles, and there's a whole unit on ethics. Do the right thing. But what he did first was he said he was a grammar Nazi. He was known to be very strict with grammar. I have decent grammar, and he's given me 7.58 out of 10.
I would have failed. I mean, you see how many things get lost in translation for me while I'm just typing.
Pause there because a horde snuck up on me. And I got smacked.
Oh.
I'll continue the story once the horde is dead. Because there's a truck driver in this one.
I just see a guy trying to run you down with the truck now.
That would be amazing, zombie truck driver. That's in a truck.
Not a zombie truck.
Yay, experience. Alright, horde's done. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, ethics. So, he did a grammar test before the ethics unit.
Okay.
And so when they finally get to the, we were getting close to the ethics unit, he handed back their grammar test, right? And he was like, yeah, he's like, I actually didn't have time to mark it, so, here's the solutions, I'll just get you guys to mark your own. And he passed them out and let everybody, mark their own. And then they all hand it back. And when they handed it back, he's like, okay, well, inside my bag here, I have got a copy of all your tests before you mark them. And I am going to see how many of you cheated. And if you cheated, you failed the ethics part of this course.
I like it.
The sad thing was, 90% of his students cheated.
Oh, jeez. That's not surprising, though. I honestly expected 95.
But when I went to college, we had it was a lot of online stuff, like message boards and stuff for between the instructor and that's how most would give out their papers and stuff. And his comment was there. He's just like, I'm not gonna, because if you cheat like that, he has grounds to actually, I believe, get you kicked out of it.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm not gonna go to the dean with any of this, but you guys disgust me. And I just thought that is such an amazing way to handle the ethics unit.
Yet they were probably like, whoa, 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 you can't do that.
I mean, people really aren't prepared for college university nowadays.
No.
It's actually really sad. I've talked to a few people that I know that teach, and they apparently in high school now, they're not allowed to make people fail.
Nope. In fact, they're also getting rid of standardized testing. They're trying to pass a thing to get rid of standardized testing because it creates rifts, they say. It's like, Are you high? I mean, we need that stuff to see where people are getting placed. But yeah, no, there's a no fail clause. It actually started in Alberta well before it took off elsewhere, and I wept for my province.
Did you find a water source?
I have not yet. Found an ancient Apache cache.
Nice. Did it have the special axe in it?
No, it had 89 Duke's Casino tokens.
But it made amazing noises when you opened it, right?
I couldn't hear. But I mean, it's right beside our base, so I can be able to check it every time it respawns.
There is a trader to the north there too, so... You know the trader to the south that we found?
Yeah.
If you go farther south another length, then there's another trader down there too.
Oh jeez.
Also the North City, northwest of that is another trader, and west of that is another trader.
I seen you guys needed a trader, so I gave you another trader.
I hear you like traders. You like trader. So you put a trader in the trader so you can trade while you trade?
Yeah.
Getting more resources? My stamina, it hurts.
If we run out of meat, there's something going to be wrong with us. If we run out of hides, there's going to be something wrong with us.
Can you see the other city from there?
Yeah.
There is a football stadium to the north. Problem with football stadiums is it always spawns the football zombies. Remember, they run during the day too.
Yes.
So did I ever tell you when I went to college, one of my courses, when I took management science, my instructor made it a thing where I should tell an Asian joke every class. He was cool too. Getting all of this wood. Are you doing armor smithing?
Yes.
So that means I need to make you your tools, right?
Phew. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to fight a wolf.
Ooh, you really don't want to fight them head to head.
I won. I was using my rifle, but he was moving really weird, so it was hard to hit him.
Yeah, well, if you crouch and shoot him in the face before he notices you, it should one-shot him.
Awesome.
Unless
the wolf, I've shot the wolf while he was killing a zombie. The zombie he killed has another bolt rifle and 7 rounds of ammunition.
Nice. Actually, once we start city runs, because this map has so many of the gun safes now hold shitloads of ammo.
Yeah, I leveled up my gunsmithing again, so I've got another level in it. My armor crafting is level 2 as well. No, I'm just out after animals. I'm trying to finish my quests. I'm out hunting. Like my job says.
Alright, I'm gonna go do some mining. Like my job says.
Yep.
In other words, I'm gonna be about 80
I mean,
levels
you usually
higher
are mining. Sweet. Nice. I like the winter zones. It's so easy to find it. Everything. Until I realized I forgot my leather jacket. I think I'm supposed to be on a highway. It's hard to tell because of the snow. It looks like it though. It's a shopping cart. Empty.
I keep finding all these clubs. I think the game's trying to tell me something. Join the club.
Yeah. It wants you to make a club.
You want join club too?
I hear it's a rice place to visit.
The fuck does rice have to do with the club?
Nothing.
You're just gonna add rice into just random sentences just to make fun of the fact that I'm Japanese?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But pretty much, yes.
You know the house that we were just at? You're gonna be like, is that a temporary base? So you have a bolt rifle, right? Not a hunting rifle?
Yeah.
You have to make a hunting rifle. Because like I said, I think you can actually load 8 shots into it. It just doesn't have the scope.
I need the hunting rifle. Oh wait, I have hunting rifle schematics. I got them for free. Hunting and bolt rifle schematics. I just see a zombie go down, and then I see you running after it. It's like, who's hunting who?
Yeah, some of the new quests. Do you gather those quest items? Fancy wallet. Misunderstood artist. Artist, I think you need some... I believe there's like a paint set or an artist kit or something like that. And fancy wallet is like a gator skin wallet that drops off of cowboys.
Oh, jeez.
You just get a skill point and dukes from it.
Well, I mean, skill points are never anything to scoff at.
I keep saying I'm gonna go and make start working in the mine, but I keep getting distracted by all the zombies in the way. Alright, here looks good. Time to dig straight down, so be careful when you walk through where that icon is. There's gonna be a
Pit.
pit that's about 45 deep. I made enough ladders to go. I really should have brought that thing of beer that we had just so I can dig.
There's some coffee there, too. Oh, there's a lot of zombies that just spawn as you move.
I mean, that's good. That's experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you really should be killing the zombies, too.
I have been.
You've killed 2.
9.
2 since I last checked on you, and you were at 7.
Yes. But I killed 3 animals, too.
How am I supposed to be happy about you killing animals when we have like 18 stacks of leather and like 45 stacks of
that
meat now?
stupid hunting quest makes me have to kill 20. It's like, hey,
I'm just making excuses like, oh, I'm gonna blame the quest.
I want the rewards.
So I have like 3 spiked clubs and 2 barbed clubs.
We really need a workbench. Are you doing weaponsmithing?
Weapon and toolsmithing.
Okay.
Have to dig down another 20 and I'll be at bedrock. So there's a good spot, I'll say.
There was a tent right beside our house.
I'll share this one too. I would say we can make a loot outpost right about there.
Loot post. I like the sound of that.
So I'll make like main base where I'm at right now, and then we'll make a loot post there where as we like loot the city, we'll bring all the loot to that point, and then we'll connect them underground so that during the night we can just go back and forth on bikes underground to bring back the loot.
Okay.
I'd say I know for a good spot to the north for a loot outpost, but I don't because I've never looted that entire city because it's too big. But now that I have a friend to help me loot a city, it should go by faster.
Are you kidding? I suck at doing anything that I'm told.
You know what I can't wait to get? A silenced, high-powered scope sniper rifle.
You'll be sitting there with just like with the silencer, and then there'll be me with the hunting rifle standing right beside you.
Just like that, the silencer helped a lot.
Yeah.
Now, the silenced sniper rifle is great for when you're exploring buildings.
Oh, I bet.
So, like, what I usually do is, once I get, like, really good weapons, I go and I do, like, I rush the houses. Like, I go through and kill all the zombies, all the sleepers in there as quickly as possible. Like, break open all the doors and everything, and take out everything. But when the loot finally respawns there, like, weeks later, all the doors are gone, so I can sneak through and kill everything.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And being able to sneak through and kill everything is great, especially when you have feral or radiated cops that spawn. Because a 600 silenced high-scope sniper rifle will one-shot them. As long as they don't have your attention yet, otherwise it's 2 shots.
Yeah, we should be getting a airdrop today too, right? It's day 3.
I'm not sure if it's going to be day 3 or day 4.
Oh, just in case day 1 doesn't count.
Yeah, because we don't get an airdrop on day 1, right? So when you set out to 1 day.
That is true.
do you need for concrete? Construction 10, science 3. Almost have enough for that.
You're gonna do science this time too?
Well, I mean, I need science for concrete mixing, right?
Okay.
Regardless of who it is, they should always take science. At least a bit of it. Well, I'm at 16, so I need 2 levels worth for
I'll probably
next
take science and just do traps.
Alright, it's not just a giant hole anymore. Okay, good. Axes do count as mining tools again now. When you play the overhaul, there's an actual like axes skill.
Oh.
Need to level mining tools for more miner 69er. You know what's great about the Crack-a-Book stores too?
What's that?
Is once you've like you can find the books for stuff, but once you've like used them and you know this stuff, you can scrap them. It gives you those survivor notes.
Huh.
So I figure the first 7 days will work to establish a decent base, but then after that, it's Crack-a-Book time. Also, in the Crack-a-Book boxes, you can find those things that give you 5 skill points.
Ooh.
Alright, fuck this. I'm gonna go and get that beer and the coffee.
I can bring it to you. I'm in the base right now.
If we start raiding stores too, we can find different types of alcohol as well. That's why, because you know how in the base game you find those coolers and you're just like, oh yay, water. In Valmod, they contain like all the extra drinks that you can find, like red tea.
Oh yes, I actually saw that, and you can also get soups and stuff out of it too.
I'm not sure if you can get soups, but you can get meat out of it.
I saw cans of soup in the one at the Crack-a-Book. You have some chests set up where you are?
Nope.
Should, and I'm bringing the stuff to you right now. And there wasn't a way to just trade. Okay, where are we setting up? Okay, give me a sec, I'll make a chest.
Then sometime in the future, we should play absurd mode.
To give you more dynamite.
Well, it's easy to get dynamite because every single time you break something with the auger, it's like 600 coal or nitrate.
Jeez. Okay, where's gonna be a good place to put the chest?
Well, it'll just be a temporary chest, so just put it right by the hole.
There you go. Okay, now my original plan, which was hunting and finding a water source. That's what I was thinking of.
I mean, take a shovel and get some snow.
A water source that doesn't, tax my patience.
I believe there's a lake to the west, but it's a ways away. You know what this was before I started lawn mowing?
What's that?
A grass hole.
Dang it. Yes, it was. There's a weed cleaver at the base. Here, water, water, water.
I don't think that's how water works.
It started to snow. I'm getting wetness. Sweet! Night vision goggles.
Nice. Okay, next story. Now that I'm sitting here just mining. So, I lost a job offer. This was like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Because the person who was part of the, like, I guess the group that was, like, looking to hire, like, I was the most qualified and the rest of them wanted to hire me, but he vetoed it.
Oh.
Because years before that, I had refused to tutor his son in mathematics at the university, and he blamed me for his son dropping out.
Jeez. Ooh, I found another set of night vision goggles.
Now you wish for the workbench.
Yeah.
But anyways, his son was, like, in high school, his son was just a real bully.
So, I mean, even to tutor somebody like that, it's no help.
But I mean, in high school, he was like, he wasn't just a bully, he was just downright mean.
I found survivor notes.
Nice. I've got mining tools 30.
I know, I can't
But,
stand like that anyway.
And, like, he didn't, like, just, well, he tried to bully me, but I wasn't gonna take that shit all the time, right? But I did something, like, he tried to bully me, he bullied, like, all the other people, he bullied, like, you know, people that I knew. And he wasn't remorseful about it at all, like, I don't know, what's a good word for it? Sociopathic? Not sure if that's the word for it.
He didn't figure what he was doing was wrong, yeah. I mean, otherwise he would be resentful of it. Or remorseful in that one. But
when university came, like, he entered his first year when I was in my 4th year. I think this would have been back 2002, 2003.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was third year. And he was struggling because he was doing, I don't know, I think biology or something, and he needed to take calculus 1 and 2. And at that time, I was tutoring calculus 1 and 2. And he said he needed help with it, and I told him pretty much to fuck off, because,
That's what he would have told you in the first place.
Yeah, but I mean, like, some of the people, like, that he had bullied in high school, like, he bullied them to the point of pretty much depression and anxiety.
Ruin their lives.
So, I pretty much told him to fuck off. Like, no, like...
You're an awful human being.
Pretty much, and he kept trying to convince me that he's changed, and I was just like, well, you know, even if you have changed, I knew how you were before, and there are consequences to that attitude. These are the consequences of it. I'm pretty sure he didn't change too, because after I refused, like, several times, he, like, pretty much raged.
He's changed only when it's convenient for him, though.
Yeah. So, you know, fast forward, like, 13 years, 12 years. And I went to a hiring fair and gave them my resume, and they immediately phoned back, and they were just like, pretty much like, we want you. And then during the interview process, it's like one of the interviewers like, I know you, you're this person, my son is this person, yeah, you are the cause of him dropping out of university, therefore I'm going to veto this, and we're not going to hire you, even though you are by far the most qualified person to work here.
Damn.
I mean, I can see where his son gets his attitude from.
Yeah, apple don't fall far from the tree. I'm shooting a zombie stuck on a log.
Is he stuck on a piece of wood, or is he stuck on a toilet with a human turd in it?
Piece of wood.
Okay, because he did say he was stuck to a log. Just didn't know what kind.
Undead trucker. He took like 20 arrows.
Yeah, the truckers, and they also take a while to get ready. As I heard the sound effects, so I'm sure you know.
There.
I've made some of the groups in my when I've done group works for my diploma feel really bad about themselves, even though I didn't mean to.
What'd you do?
Well, there was a project that you do in management principles where you have to actually like analyze a company, and you spend like a couple of months doing the project. And it's a pretty robust project. But there was one meeting that I had to miss. So to make it up for them, I did all the editing and the grammar and the styling and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I mean, it only took like a couple hours. Like, it's not a big deal. But when next time we met, I was just like, I'm sorry I missed the last one, but in exchange, I sat at home and did a whole shitload more work, so here's what I did. And my group was like, oh my god, you didn't have to do that, like, we could have split it up. I was like, no, it was just a couple hours, but like, they like genuinely sounded like they were, like that they hadn't done anything for the project. When I had, like, it was a really good group. Like, everyone did a shitload of work. I think we all got like 98% on it.
Peace.
Because most groups for the project was like, you hand in the project, and then the instructor's like, oh, I'm going to, here are the suggested changes. As long as you hand it in early, she would go through it and like help you out and, make it better, right?
Yeah.
When we handed ours in, she was like, nope, you guys are done. This is great, 98%. And I was like, kind of like, when we handed it, it was like, I think a week ahead of time, and I was almost thinking like, that's still 2% less than 100%. Do you have any suggestions so we can make it 100%?
Dang it.
And like that project was worth, I think, like 20-25% of our total grade, so we kicked ass.
That's awesome.
because you actually had to like go through like financials and go through all their like their culture and what the company's about and testimonials about what's going on, things how they're adapting to the future. Like it was a very very like complex project, but it was great because it was a huge analysis in one company.
Yeah. I might have to use with water here. I found a water tower, and usually the water towers are full of water.
You don't say.
Oh, no, it's not a water tower.
I still say just get some snow, because you can turn snow and bottles into, like, boiled water. Most thing of snow you dig up is like 10.
Underneath the water tower where the spout comes out, there's water.
I ran out of caffeine and alcohol. I'm sad.
There we go. Finally running back. How far did I make it? Not super far. I found another challenge too, a Radiohead challenge.
Ooh, is that the one to get a Walkman?
I don't know. I didn't use it.
Because if it is, I'm pretty sure we have one.
I'll use it once I get back to the basin.
I went and used I dug up a little bit of snow, enough snow for 140 bottles of water.
Jeez. This water source isn't bad to get to. I filled up 30 empty bottles. Jars. More survivor notes. Is it good to save them and use them at a certain point, like if you need extra, or just use them as you get them?
I mean, you can use them as you get them. I like to just wait till I get 5, because if you keep using them, it does crowd up your actual quest log, because when you finish a quest, it just keeps piling up, right?
Oh, so survivor notes actually give you a quest to finish something.
Pretty much you start the quest and it automatically finishes and gives you 5 skill points.
Oh, I gotcha.
If you use the 5 one. If you use a single one, it just uses this one.
So it's just annoying to use them one at a time.
Pretty much, yeah. The 5 at a time is just
better.
Just to save space in your quest log. Because my quest log on my single player game, I think, is like 33 pages. Because it keeps track of all your completed quests too, and you can't remove them.
Jeez. I found a 247 grade hunting rifle barrel too. Wasn't even paying attention.
Also, I believe once you max out your skill for it, I think if you repair it, it doesn't consume any more of the quality. But you have to have Fixer max.
Yeah, I was gonna start taking Fixer here too. I'm taking the first 2 levels of tools and weapons, just so that, if I have to make something on my own, it's not Ultra Duke.
Casino coins?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Dukes. The casino coins of Hazard.
I haven't seen any animals since I left the base either. Well, I shot a boar, a stag, and a wolf first thing this morning, but
I forgot. Arrows. All the stacks are pretty much doubled for stuff, so like arrows will stack to 500.
oh, nice.
Same with most ammo. Okay, I should go get some food and water and then head down to the gate and dig a path to a super forge. Great way to piss off your mother.
I don't suggest ever doing that.
When I was in high school, my friends decided, oh, you remember the Anarchist Cookbook?
The witch?
Anarchist Cookbook?
I'm not familiar with the new.
When the internet started becoming popular, it was like a document of how to make homemade like bombs and stuff.
Jeez, that's not something people need to know.
Well, a lot of people knew about it. And you learned how to make a smoke bomb using saltpeter. So he decided a great use of that would be to set it off inside, you know, our carport. Yeah, it wasn't very smart. Ooh, adhesive spike. Still there, Mike? Mike? Mike! No, my stamina! Damn stamina gauge. Evil music.
There we go.
Heyo. Technical difficulties.
Working as intended. You're gonna be down in the mine.
Yep.
I'll continue to spruce up the safe house.
Might get a horde during the night.
If I hear something start banging around the walls, I'll just hide upstairs and hopefully it just goes through the house. That's right, I got night vision now.
Time to go exploring around the house.
I'm gonna make some ramen noodles. Actually, I should probably make something better than that.
Bacon and eggs.
I got a bowl here, so...
Bacon and eggs.
Ooh, I got 2 cans of soup stock.
Work all night long down here.
All night long.
So did running around a lot power up your athletics a shitload?
It did. I am at... I got 7 points of athletics. Because I believe I was somewhere around 10 before I started running around, and I'm at 17.
Which is odd, because I'm actually at 20. and I don't think I did half as much running around as you did.
You're still using more stamina usually than I am.
Oh yeah, because pick.
Yeah.
Alright, I've told enough stories. I need to hear one from you.
I'm building a loft.
Perfect time to tell a story. Let's hear about stupid people you've trained with firearms.
I actually refuse to train stupid people with firearms. If I don't think they got it cut, I tell them to.
Okay, let's hear about stupid
Go
people
pound
who
sand.
refuse to teach firearms because of their excuses, and let's hear some excuses.
Let's see here.
Call of Duty player?
Oh, jeez. You know, that's a legit thing in the Army that people claim they want to do, like our Canadian version of Special Forces, which is the Joint Task Force 2, or JTF 2, and they actually legit claim that, you know, I want to be part of the Special Forces because I played Call of Duty, and I mean, people say it as a joke, but it is not a joke. It's sad.
So what's something a person said when they wanted to be trained by you in firearms, and which immediately made you think, nope?
My favorite is I prestiged, you know, X amount of times in a shooting game. Which, I mean, I kind of just said, but it's still one of the things that it's just like immediately like, nope! One of my favorite things, though, is going to, like, say a hunting store or anything like that, and you get those people that, you know, tell you what you need, and it's definitely not what you need or want. It's like, here, take this gun, it's way better. It's like, I'm fairly certain it's not. Why would you use that caliber? I don't know, because it's good up to, you know, 1,000 meters, easy. The one you're trying to sell me is good for like maybe 4 or 5. Most of the time I refuse to teach anybody firearms is like, I mean, if they're blatantly, you can tell if they're going to be blatantly wrong before they even talk to you. So, I mean, at that point you're just like, no. However, a lot of times where you actually kind of start teaching somebody and then you stop is when they think they know things already. Instead of being like, okay, well, I can try that or anything like that, they just tell you flat out, you can't do that, or that's impossible, or...
So I mean, like, half the people that talk to you about firearms on, like, Discord and when we used to go on TeamSpeak from our guilds and MMORPGs, right?
Yeah, where all their frickin' knowledge comes from either second-hand or a video game.
I just know that I'll have to find out where you live because that is exactly where I'm going if the zombie apocalypse ever hits.
Northwestern Alberta. Got a nice welded steel fence all around the property too.
I'd go over there because then I'd feel somewhat safe because you have a skill set that would be useful for a zombie apocalypse. For me, it's just like, what kind of fucking accounting am I gonna do?
Yeah, it's just too bad my skill set is useless for anything else in the known world at the moment.
It's like, what can you do? I can do accounting, I can do math, and I can play video games. It's like, I'm going to be the first person to die in the zombie apocalypse. The fact that my immune system sucks ass too doesn't help things.
But there's people that I've taught firearms to, and you know that I do firearms with myself. And I mean, when we get John about it, it's it's quite the spectacle.
You like that video I sent you with the what would you do in the gun store, right?
Oh yeah, no, that was good.
It's a good show too. That what would you do?
I haven't watched a lot of it, but I would believe so after what I saw.
One of my favorite ones is there are these women like just hanging out on the car in a handicap parking spot, preventing a handicapped person from using it. It's like, what would you do? Tell those bitches to fuck off?
Oh jeez. Make some pillars.
Am I gonna come back to an amazing house?
Maybe?
Okay, now here's one. Here, tell us a good hunting story.
Let's see here. I got lots of those kinds of stories.
So before everything changed and all the hunters and bounty hunters got fucked over in Alberta, what was the most money you've made in 1 year? Or let's say 1 summer from hunting?
It was actually probably, we made in a summer, like there's not much to do unless there's a bounty out, right? But one summer we were down south, my brother, my cousin, and myself, and there's a bounty on gophers. Now the bounty on gophers is 25 cents a piece. However, we were down there for 2 months and a week. We made almost $2,000 on gophers.
And how long were you there?
Just a little over 2 months. And we weren't going out there every day. We were just there for the summer, right? On Grandpa's farm.
Didn't you see there's one you made a shitload of money off of like hides and stuff?
You can, yes. Wolves in problem areas range from about $250 a piece to 500, and that's just the bounties on them. Then their hides with the proper trapping licenses and done up really nice are anywhere easily from $500 to upwards of $5,000.
So have you struck it rich now you're doing that?
Rich, no. Wolves are hard to get. Even though there are problems in a problem area, they usually only still come out at night, and at that point you have to either trap them or... I mean, you have to trap them. There's no other way about it. You're not allowed to discharge firearms at night, even to protect yourself for some weird reason. It's one of those weird laws that somehow supersede other laws. Like, there's a law where you're not allowed to discharge firearms at night, and of course you're not allowed to hunt at night, which supersedes the, like, when you're on a farm, say your animals are being attacked or whatnot by anything, you're really not allowed to defend them with a firearm. However, people probably still do, and I'm not going to say one way or another.
I mean, shouldn't be the lobby minutes such that you shouldn't fire a firearm at night if there's a certain distance between you and then your next neighbor, registered neighbor?
That's a law regardless of time of day. There's got to be... You're not allowed to ever fire towards a building. You have to be at least 200 yards away, and you can fire perpendicular or away. And roadways are, I believe, 30 feet from the edge.
So I mean, if there's like nobody around you for miles, then what's the danger of defending your livestock?
The thing is, if anybody were to phone it in and complain that you were discharging a firearm at night and they came around... It's discharging a firearm at night is also a law. That's the one that stops it.
Right, but like, you should have the right to defend your livelihood if you make a living off your livestock, right?
Yeah, but like I said, it's the courts that ultimately decide it in the end, and usually the courts are like, "Whoa, no."
Because your closest neighbor is like what? How many kilometers away from you?
About a kilometer and a half.
Will a discharged firearm on your property reach that?
If I fire right at their house, yes.
If you're defending your animals, would it be towards their house?
No.
Then what's the problem?
Like I said... Oh, what's that? Must be a zombie hitting a rock or something. But, honestly, to look at it and think of it, there's no problem.
Or no, wait. Never mind, that's from before. Anyways, go ahead.
Like I said, it's whoever's enforcing the law at that moment and which law they decide to follow.
You have the right to be stupid. Has there ever been an occasion where something on your property was under attack and you could not defend yourself because of that law, and you had some monetary loss because of that?
No, not on my land. We don't run. Even when we ran cows, it wasn't bad. Oh, there could have been. There's times where we lost calves, but by the time you get to them in the morning or whatever, when you go out and check, you can't tell whether it was the animals at that point or whether it was dead beforehand.
Okay, let's hear another hunting story. What's the worst thing that's happened while hunting?
Being shot at because the other hunters suck.
Oh, they actually discharge towards you?
Yeah.
That's horrible. How poorly trained were they?
Well, put it this way. When we go into an area, we leave. You never drive on a farmer's field. It's just a taboo out here. They don't mind it if you get something and you take your truck out to load it, but to just drive out in a field is taboo, and most of the farmers will actually charge you for trespassing if they catch you out there, regardless of whether they gave you permission to hunt out there or not.
I mean, if they gave you permission...
There's stipulations to having permission. When you're given permission, they're allowed to say how and what you have to do with the land. If you break any breach of that, even
done.
Yeah, even via word of mouth, if they give it to you, if you breach any of it, they're in the right to...
Yeah. But if they don't say anything and then you drive a car across it and they haven't made any stipulations...
All of them here will flat out tell you not to drive it.
Okay, and then those morons decided to do that anyways?
Well, no, this is just a small part of it here, but so what we do is to make sure, if somebody knows we're in an area, is we'll leave our vehicles parked at the entrance to it, or, where people usually come in, to show that somebody's there. So, not only do we have a vehicle parked there, Dad's in the vehicle, and he's using his elk call. He's standing beside his truck using his elk call because there's elk out in the fields, and we're moving towards the bush edge on one side of the field, and we're coming so that as they come out of the trees, we can get one. So anyhow, we're getting set up, but by the time the elk come out, it's getting to that point of darkness where it's okay, there's no chance of, even if we were to pull the trigger at something now, we're not going to be able to tell what it is. It's past legal light. So we're coming out of the field, and this other hunter pulls up beside Dad on the road and starts firing into the elk while we're out there.
And did you sue his ass?
He ran away because Dad was getting real mad. Said he had choice words for him. What the flip do you think you're doing firing out there? There's people out there. Can't you see that even I'm here doing this? It's all kinds of wrong in the first place.
Yeah, it is.
You can see somebody's already there, and even just, good sportsmanship, it's oh, look, somebody's here, I might as well just keep moving, right? Wrong.
Probably should have taken his license plate and sued him anyways.
Last time we tried it, it was we were told it was all hearsay because we had no proof. Because that is not the first time. The first time we were out in a... Like, we weren't fired at. We were nowhere near where they were firing, but the elk came out on the opposite side. And we watched the truck come out, and, you know, a guy fired out of his truck into the elk, and he wounded one and drove away. But I had my binoculars on me with my spotting scope, and so I take a look at the truck. I commit the truck to memory, and I write down his license plate, because he flat out left a wounded animal, right? So anyhow, the truck drove away. We wait a little bit, and I mean, the elk is sitting there wounded. So we finish it off, and we start taking it, and the guy comes back later, and he said, "Oh, a neighbor told me there was a wounded elk out in the field here." And, I mean, we didn't say anything that we knew it was him.
Tried to claim it?
And, well, yeah, no, so he says, since, you know, it's on my place, I was just going to come pick it up for meat. It's like, oh, no, yeah, there was a wounded elk out here, but we shot it, finished it off, and tagged it. It's like, so we asked him, it's like, oh, are you hunting elk right now? Do you have a tag? And he said, no, I don't have a tag right now. So we took that information to the game wardens. Said, you know, a guy came out here. We took down his license plate. We got him in the binoculars and everything. And he even, you know, told us he came back and was looking for a wounded elk, even though he has no license. And we saw him shoot it. It's like, oh, that's all hearsay. Can't go to court. When they went to question him, he had an animal hanging in his garage at the time too. It's like,
Dumb.
well, no, they still didn't charge him.
Well, he's like, I mean, he's hunting without a license, right?
Yeah, they didn't check that. They just went to ask. They went to check our story.
What are they gonna do next? Probably like make us he can't fail high school, right?
Too late.
All right, shutting her down.
Did you like this video? If you did, press the like button, leave a comment, share it! Press the left button to subscribe, then press the right one to watch more 7 Days to Die.